Peace, world. Welcome back to the Klyph Notes podcast. Just had an opportunity to chop it up with my guy. Go back years, yo. We talk about that on this episode of the podcast. The homie Ep is back live on the Klyph Notes podcast, man. And we talked about a bunch of stuff, man. But off top, we talked about a show that he has going down on Tuesday, the 10th of November. It's going down to Holocene. It's gonna be crazy because Ep he's a member of a couple of collectives, and he's representing both of them at this show, man. He's doing a show with Rose Tennant, and then it's their debut show, and then he's also he got Bathlete live on the bill as well. It's gonna be a dope show, yo. Once again, it goes down at Holocene. We gotta mask up. You got to make sure that you're showing proof of vaccination so we can keep everything safe. So we talk about the show. We talk about new music, the new album that's dropping. You definitely want to be up on that. And as I always enjoy my conversations with Ep, man, we get into life stuff, real stuff, man. We talk about coming through this pandemic and mental health and how we all manage that, just how we can do and be better. It's a really good conversation on this episode of the Klyph Notes podcast. Support for the Klyph Notes podcast comes from Akepele Apparel, an idea born from a love of hip-hop, funk, and soul music and its surrounding cultures. With fashion being a huge visual part of the cultures, they've created expressive images to pay homage, invoke nostalgia, and showcase the elements that make up the lifestyle and cultures of these genres. Akepele, apparel for the music lifestyle. For more information, check out akepele.com. That's AKEPELE.com. Yes, yeah. Welcome back to another episode of the Klyph Notes podcast. This is cool, man. I'm about to chop it up with the homie, a guy who I've known for a number of years, and it's funny because he be kind of dipping in and out. You know what I mean? Like you see him and you hear from him, and then you don't for a minute, and then he comes back. He's like he hibernates and works on the art form, and then he's like, "Yo, okay, I'm ready to hit y'all." I'm tripping. Yo, I got the homie Ep live on the Klyph Notes podcast. What up with you, Cat?
Yeah, what's going on, G? How you feeling?
Man, I'm good, bro. I'm good. It's funny. I was going through some old photos or something, man, and came up on some photos of when I was doing the radio show years back at KZME, and you and the crew were in there, man. And it's you have these moments where you look back and you realize the people that are in your life, how long they've been in your life, and it's like, yeah, you're one of those dudes. You're one of the first people who I remember connecting with when I started doing the radio stuff. I met you at it had to have been at the Fix, because it was at that spot. And that just so many years ago, bro, just to think back, how long we've been connected, man. So just off top, I just want to let you know how much I appreciate you for just letting me in your circle and just sort of being a part of the journey with you, man.
Likewise, you already know. I mean, yeah, we were just talking about that the other day, like, the Fix, the Crown Room era. It was a very, very special time. A lot of people came out and just kicked it. Like they weren't even worried about going inside. They just wanted to be a part of what was going on. And it was a really good time.
No doubt. So that being said, bro, I mean, it goes to show how long you've been making music in the city, how long you've been a part of the Portland scene. And I was joking, but not really joking. Like you have kind of dipped in and out. We get to hear you release music, and then it's like you just kind of let that music, you give us an opportunity to sit with it for a minute. and it's like we don't hear from you for a while, and then you come back. Is that a correct assessment, or have I just not been tapped in?
No. I mean, it's correct as far as, all right, just to be brutally honest, like, I'm not cool with everybody and everybody's not cool with me. Hey, which I don't care about.
Right.
I don't care. I'm not trying to be in your circle. I'm not trying to mingle. I'm not, and it's it's like the people in my life are in my life for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm always constantly working, still working on this whole social anxiety thing. So, that's never going to go away. But, I'm always working. I'm always writing. I'm always in the studio. It's like, that's what it is. So it's, I mean, if it were up to me, I would have projects like every 6 months, But you know how things go, and I really care about this craft and this art form, and I want to contribute to it and not just put out stuff just to put it out. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And that's when it's interesting because I had a conversation with an artist last night, and that was one of the things that we were talking about, how it is important to, as you're making art and creating art, to really curate it and have it be something that is long lasting, that it's not something that just doesn't have a shelf life. And so I appreciate that. I appreciate that thought, that concept, that idea of, let me really look at it as art, not just not anything less than that, because it has the opportunity to impact, if the world lasts as long, generations, if you do it correctly, if you do it right. It's funny though, B. So something that you just said made me think, in terms of realizing that everybody doesn't mess with us, that takes a certain level of confidence though, right? I mean, you have to feel pretty solid in where you're at.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think it just boils down to, where's the belief in yourself at? Do you believe in what you're doing? Mm-hmm. Cool. Everything else is going to fall into place or fall apart with or without you. This music would be here with or without me. Mm. But while I'm here, I want to contribute and I want to do things a different way. I'm not, maybe if I were more of a social butterfly out every week, who knows how things could be, but that's just never been me. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to pretend that it is. So I'm going to put my nose in this music and just, continue to try to get better, raise the bar, and do what a lot of them can.
No doubt. Chopping up with Ep. You have been recognized as one of the better MCs to come out of the city of Portland. When I've had conversations with people, just talking about the Portland, and I'm talking about over the years, your name comes up as one of the nicest MCs. Does that resonate with you, or do you not necessarily give that energy?
I appreciate that. I mean, it's cool, but it's just like, what, I don't want to go down this.
Come on, bro. You know what it is, though. We'll be real.
It's just like, that's cool, but who wants to be the best, whatever important? Like, it's beyond that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know that's not what you're saying.
Yeah.
But the mind state is never Portland this, man. This is music. This is art. This is supposed to travel, beyond your region. And that's the whole point. The whole point is, for me, my ethos is like, I'm here to encourage change, encourage people to be themselves, through my music, through the way I move. And, I've had a lot of growing pains, and I've just, seen a lot. And, this region, we have extremely talented artists. I'm out here in the Bay right now with my boys rehearsing for this show. Yeah. And it's just like, that Baffley stuff. I'll show you some of that after we're done. I'll play you some. But
no doubt.
yeah, man, it's just, it feels good, and I always appreciate that when people say that. You know, I never let it get to my head, because I know that there's always room to grow as an individual, as an artist. So yeah, I just, you know, I take that and run, and I think it definitely helps and gives me that room to do different things, and even frustrate myself to the point of cussing in the booth at extreme levels, because I'm like testing myself and trying different styles. And it's like Guru said, you know, it's different formulas. It's so I'm always trying to try something new. And I think that I always will do that until I'm done, or until my lungs give out, one of the two.
No doubt. That's something I find interesting as well, though, is, you know, we've talked about some of the, and this was early on, and I think we've had a chance to hear some of the, when you talk about trying some different things, you know, I've always appreciated just your rhyme style. And you know, my lane is, oh, absolutely, bro. Absolutely, man. My lane is really sort of that boom bap style. I love that. Hearing you rhyme over that style beat, it was I've always enjoyed it. But you've talked about wanting to work and play with different genres, just different audible tastes, and we get to hear a little bit of that. The new project that you have, that you're, you know, that you're working on, we get to hear some different styles. And I'm excited for that, because I know, like I said, for years, I know you've shared with me that that's something that you want to do, right? Can you talk about what drives that, and then what people can expect coming in the next several months?
What drives it is, you know, I mean, I personally, I don't want any of my projects to sound the same. And, you know, I know there's some people who have a long history of making music that is very familiar every time. But for me personally, I like the fact that when people know that I'm on a song, they know what to expect. They know I'm gonna give them something crazy, or I'm just gonna give them something they can hold on to and break down. And, you know, it's never gonna be trash.
Yeah.
You know, period. Like I'm not here for that. I'm not here to give people trash. I'm here to create sounds and I guess a lineage of just really, it's cultural, man. Like, I mean, I say it so many times, it's like really cultural for me. It's not, you know, coming up trying to write, I was trash. You know, I could dance my ass off. Like, I tried to do it all. Tried to, you know, shout out to all my homies to scratch, you know, Fat Boy, Selly, Flip Flop. You know, it's just like, this is really a cultural thing to me. And I want to make sure that I'm adding something to it instead of taking from it.
Yeah.
So the next kid that comes up who's kind of like, who has social anxiety but knows he's nice at what he does, can be like, oh, all right, he did that, I can do it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the whole point. You know, I'm not going to talk about things I've never done. Everything I talk about is real. I've been there. I've seen it firsthand. And I just want to make sure that the music is relatable. And, you know, that's always going to make me feel good when people can take something from it and make it their own. So, yeah, I'm just happy to still be here, really.
That's what's up, B. And that, I think that's honorable, because I
just realized I didn't answer that last question at all.
No, but what you did though is that you've shown something that I've seen over time, man, that for you it feels like it's bigger than music, right? It's not just about the music. The music is a part of it. It's a part of the story, but your awareness that the tools and the gifts that you have can be used for something so much bigger than music, I think is so respectable, B, because I know that we can get caught up in what we do, and sometimes the blinders come up and you don't realize that at the end of the day, it should always be bigger than just any of us. I mean, that's real community, right? That's how we keep the world moving, when we think outside of just ourselves.
Right. Yeah. And also, I want to take a moment to give you your flowers, bro, because you've been such a pillar in this community, and you've always just tried to represent for other people. And, I've said this, you don't know this, but then and so many of us have just had these talks. It's like, man, Klyph is special, man. And I like really appreciate what you do, and in your involvement in the community, but not only that, like really giving people the opportunity to share their stories and share their pain and their happiness. And it's just, I just want to give you your flowers right quick, man. Like we really love you out here, dog.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. It means a lot, man. Because sometimes you do wonder if the impact that you're making is that you're making an impact. So thank you, man. That means a lot. That means a lot coming from you, bro.
Yeah, no doubt.
One of the other things and we've talked about this before in interviews, but one of the things that you've done is you've been transparent. You've mentioned it a couple times here in some of the challenges that you've had with social anxiety, and how do you balance that being an artist, being someone who, one of the ways that you share your art is that you're around and amongst other people, and to overcome some of those challenges. But you've been so open and transparent about it that, like you said, giving people a chance to tap in and say, oh, well, if this artist can do it, if Ep can do it, maybe I can do it as well. But then we come through this pandemic, bro, where I was just talking to someone yesterday who was saying they kind of gone out and it was their first time just this past weekend around a lot of people. And one of the things that this individual shared was that they almost forgot, like they forgot how to small talk. Like they forgot how to like, you know what I mean? Because you've been locked. It's just been you and maybe your inner circle, your family, and now you're amongst other people. So has that impacted you, good or bad, kind of being locked away?
Yeah, I mean, bro, it's been a while. It's been a while, year and a half. I mean, the first show I went back to was in July. One of my best friends, she was heading out of town for a while, just kind of like working and stuff. And we're out at this show, and even though it's small venues, thesis, it was still just like we were kind of looking around. I remember I mentioned something to her about like how there's only a handful of masks in here, and it was before August, so I understand the mandate or whatever, but I mean, to be completely real with you, at first I was like mad.
Yeah.
When I would see people just walking around doing everything, trying to maneuver like everything's normal. Yeah. And then it got to a point where I was like, I get it. I understand that, we're cooped up. At first, the lockdown happened. I didn't even know what to do with myself the first couple of weeks.
Right.
Like I went through a breakup, it was a wild time, bro. It was a wild time. I'm not even gonna hold you. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was just kind of wild being at the show, and then like booking this one coming up on Wednesday. We booked it well in advance, and I was just thinking to myself, like, cool, if I book it now, I can give myself enough time to like get over the anxiety, or if it hits, be like, I'm probably not going to perform. But I was just talking to Sally. I mean, Sally. Mm-hmm. I was just talking to Sally earlier, and we're both kind of like, yeah, we're shook. It's still kind of scary, but it's just nice to kind of get back up on the stage and share what we do with people, and it's wild. I had no idea how to act. I remember I was getting ready back in the summer going to that show, and it was just like, this is the first show I've been to. I don't even know how to act right now. I don't know how to feel.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's a crazy time right now.
It truly is, bro. And it's been interesting because I've had an opportunity now to I had to make a decision to not do a show when we were doing mic check during Hip Hop Week, and then I think what I learned through that process, then being able to do an outdoor show, and then really, I mean, to keep it 100, implementing ideas and concepts that I learned from my 9 to 5 in terms of working in healthcare, and making sure that we have the tools available, that people are wearing masks, that, you know, I keep hand sanitizer in my pocket, a spray bottle that I can just, like, you know, share with people around me. Doing those things, doing what we can, because, you know, we go to the grocery store and it's a similar situation, right? We go, we're out in the community taking care of our business. And I think in those situations where there's a lot of people, like a show or a concert, we just have to be wise. We have to be smart, right? Like when I'm emceeing now, I have my own microphone. Like when I go to a venue, I'm bringing my mic. These are things that we can do. We just have to be willing to take the extra step so that we can continue to, you know, to be safe and share this art. But it's also, I find myself just kind of getting wrapped up in the moment at the same time, where I see somebody I haven't seen in a while, and, you know, give them a pound, give them a hug, and it's like, oh yeah, I got to be mindful, got to be wise, got to be careful, not just for me, but for really not for me, for those who are in my circle, whether it's at a venue or in my family or at my job.
Right.
But I think we have to support one another in doing that as well, right? We have to encourage one another. We just got to treat one another with love, man. And I think that will help overcome some of the challenges that everybody is being impacted by, you know, regardless. But
no, I mean,
go ahead.
And that's oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, going back to your hug thing, that's the thing too. Like, you know, seeing people you haven't seen in months or a year, just hugging them, giving them love, and you're like, oh,
right,
I probably should have done that. I don't know what their stance is, this and that, you know, all these thoughts coming to your head. And so, yeah, I keep that Sandy on me heavy. You know, I've always been like that, to be completely honest. So really early on in the pandemic, I can't even hold you, I was kind of hyped. I was hyped, and you know, it was just kind of wild. We were just like, okay, we can't go anywhere. Mm-hmm. All right, we're just, you know, stuck in the house, or remember when they were like, you can only go to the grocery store, or to your job and back.
Yep.
People lost their minds. Yep.
Absolutely.
You know, but for good reason, because, you know, it's like the whole authoritative thing where you kind of go back to like preschool, and then those comparisons to certain other things of, you know, we don't want to be told when and where and how to move. Right. So then as soon as we are told those things, it's an uproar. People are upset, and, you know, understandably so. Yeah. But yeah, I've definitely gone from, I'm still being safe. I'm still, you know, washing. I've always, you know, I'll check other people. I'll be like, you better wash your goddamn hands. What are you doing? Like, I've always been that. I don't even care if I make you uncomfortable. Like, I'm checking you. Like, yo, what are you doing? Yeah. But yeah, man, it's all we can do is, like you said, all we can do is just kind of look out for each other, make sure we're good. I'm not so worried anymore about people's stances, because that's just a headache that we all don't need. Right. You go your way, I'll go mine. You know, I'm good over here. You do your thing. You know, I'll see you when I see you. But yeah, we just gotta move with compassion, empathy, and hopefully, well, I mean, we all know things will never be the same again. Right. You know, I mean, I was supposed to, I mean, this is going back to early pandemic, but supposed to go to LA. And, you know, she was going to hold it down for me, and I just didn't go. Yeah. I just didn't go, because I was like two in my head and pretty scared of it all. And I was talking to G, I was talking to Dodger, you know, and thinking back now, I was like, I should have just gone, you know, even though it might not have been the safest decision. But, you know, just already having social anxiety, and then pile this on top of it. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But those things happen for a reason, man. And you know, we grow from all of the experiences, good experiences and bad experiences, and they help to form and shape us. And I try to live by the thought that in the end it's all going to work out, right? You know, it's going to work out the way that it's supposed to. And you know, the goal is to just be better for those decisions that we make. So, and then here we are. You know what I mean? And then here we are. So so tell me about this show, B. You got this show. So I'm gonna drop this. It's gonna actually drop the day before the show. So talk to me about the show, and you gotta let people know how they can access.
Yeah. November 10th, Holocene with DJ Selly's crew, Rose Tinted, DJ Selly, very, very talented musician, DJ, Calvin Valentine's brother, and you know, and then my dumb ass, and then and then the collective I'm a part of, Bathlete, that's me, Squatch, that's Zon, McNatt, Torrance, and a couple other fools who are just crazy talented musicians, and it's gonna be a good time, man. Yeah, pre-sale tickets are available now. It's gonna be a good show. Show up, have a good time. We're gonna be safe. We're gonna make sure everybody's taken care of, and yeah, I'm excited.
That's what's up. I know that Holocene has been very responsible in terms of when they're doing shows and how they're allowing people to access, and so I think folk can definitely feel good about that. But talk to me about how this show came together, because that's one of the things that's been interesting to watch and see as we have worked to navigate this new normal. How did this show come together?
Basically, Sally hit me up and said, "Hey, you trying to perform? We would love to have you."
Yeah.
And at first, I was like, "Let me think about it." And then I was like, "Yeah, man, let's do it." You know, it's been the last performance I had was at Doug Fur in 2019,
wow.
September 2019. So it's been a while. Like, time has just flown. It's literally been music, trying to stay sane, music, bro. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, I think it was time to do it, and just, you know, I'm ready to shake off these cobwebs and you know, get back to what I love. So
that's what's up, B. You talked about your crew, your collective. You ran down some of the names. Give me more information about the crew and you know what people can look for from y'all working together.
Man, yeah, I mean, Bathlete is you know, we're here to make, you know, again, just make good music, try some different things, and just have fun with it, man. Because at the end of the day, if you're not having fun with what you're doing, like, what's the point? You know, it doesn't matter what it is, your job, whatever. Don't be tied down to no goddamn job. You're not having a good time, leave it. You know? I know not everyone thinks like that, but yeah, we're not forced to stay.
Yeah.
You know, we're not forced to do anything of that nature. So, but yeah, we man, I'm just going off on random tangents right
now. Bro, you know how it is, bro. We just having conversations. You know what I mean? The mics just happen to be on.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, these guys are extremely talented. I don't know how else to say it. You know, McNatt's crazy, production, graphic design. He's done work for everyone. As far as like album covers and singles go, he's the guy. You know, Squatch, you already know how he gets down. He's crazy.
Yeah.
Zon is like, Zon and Torrance are like the best kept secrets.
Okay.
They're just crazy talented. Like, it's wild. Like, I'm really like lucky and thankful to be a part of this, because, you know, especially after like the T&E days and how much fun we had and how that went, to kind of be a part of like a collective now of different type of artists. It's fun, and still remaining ourselves throughout. And I think that's the most important thing is still remembering that, you know, your individualism is important, and what you bring to the table is important. And yeah, I think once people hear what we got going on, they'll be hip, and I really think that they'll mess with it. We got something coming out really soon.
Oh, word.
We got something coming out really soon. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll play that for you.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You know, one of the things that's crazy is I try to stay up on, kind of going back to what I was saying earlier. I try to stay up on people are doing, and I was just looking just through your name and title just to see what I could find, and I saw that you had done a guest spot on someone's project, and for as much as I talk about you kind of laying in the cut, like you said, you are still working, and if we look, we get to see that you're working, and that you're collaborating with other people, and that your art is getting out there. And I love what you just said in terms of being a part of a collective, but being able to maintain your individuality, because it feels like to me an artist like yourself who does like to spread your wings and try some new things. It almost feels like if you didn't have that could be a little bit suffocating.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I just, I think that you just gotta remember what you're doing it for, and make sure that you're in a place to do those things.
Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up. You talk about you guys are getting ready to. We're going to get to hear something from the collective soon. We're coming up on the end of the year, obviously. Have you talked about, or are there conversations about being able to touch more stages now that there are things in play to make that a reality for folk?
Yeah. We there's been some talks. I'll tell you what, there's been more shows I've turned down than there's been talks.
Word.
But it's, now I'm kind of at that point where like, all right, there's certain things I'll do, but it's just that hesitation is still there because of what's going on in the world. And, and quite frankly, it's could be viewed as hypocritical. And this is something I've even thought with myself as far as, at first seeing shows go on and be like, damn, like this, 20,000 people out here. And this is, early 2020. And now here we are. I'm just like, okay, now I'm going to do a show.
Yeah.
And I know what that can look like, because I'm definitely someone who is about being safe and making sure other people are safe.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, man, I think we do have to really be mindful. I'll tell you that my decision to hold off on doing mic check was driven by, and I can't get into specifics, but was driven by some things that I'd heard happened in relationship to a show, some tragic things that happened in relationship to a show. And then we look at what just happened, with Travis and people losing their lives. I mean, we absolutely can't take this stuff lightly. But I think when we have that mindset going in, that limits the risk. At least that's what I'm telling myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the thing. And, because at the end of the day, we all have to do our part, right? I mean, and even if that means kind of just setting the stage for like, hey, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. Like, everybody be safe. And if you're not, you got to go.
Yeah.
I mean, and what happened the other night is sad. Like, we were talking about that. And it's just like, man, like that's always been my biggest fear of like being at a festival and something like that happening. And, I don't want to sit here and say what it is or what it isn't, because none of my business. But it's just unfortunate. Kids go to a show, they try to have a good time. Texas is really its own world. If you've ever spent time there, you know that. And, it's just sad that some families woke up the next day without their children or their siblings, man. And it's disheartening. And it really messed us up. There's a moment we were like talking about it and we're like, oh, all right, let's work on a new song. Let's just not, this is, it's sad because it's so real and it hits close to home.
Yeah. Because that's the world that you operate in.
Right, exactly. And even though I say like it's none of my business on certain things that we won't get into on the pod,
right?
It still is just like that. Those things shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And people's safety, especially now more than ever, are so important. And you have to pay attention to those things, or else. Like what happens? Do festivals become smaller because of something like this? Like what will be the backlash from this? What's going to be the result of this happening? Yeah. It's other things I've thought about, but it's RIP to those people who are no longer with us, and it's heavy.
Yeah, man. Well, the sort of I don't know, to lighten the mood a little bit, I have had an opportunity to hear can we talk about some of the other projects that are in the works that you're planning on releasing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. So you got a solo project, bro, that's dropping. And I've heard the project.
You've heard and are also on.
Well, I know you
want to say it. I say it for you.
There you go. Yo, B, so just like honored, B, to because man, like back in the day, I was I'm gonna stop. Let me just stop right there.
This is you say whatever you feel.
It's just that's my love, bro. That's my love to be able to be a part of making art. It's I try to do that with what I do with the podcast and with the radio show, but man, to be able to be in a creative space and then to be invited to be a part of your art, man, that's just I'm thrilled and I'm honored and I'm excited for people to hear this project, because the project as a whole I think is really, really dope, man. I think it's really dope.
Thank
and
you.
I think people are gonna
appreciate that.
I think people are really gonna feel it, man. Really gonna feel it. How much can you say about the project?
First of all, thank you for being a part of it. Like that was a no-brainer for me. I was just like, gotta get you on here. Yeah, I mean, what can I talk about? I'm gonna say it doesn't sound like anything else that's out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess we'll see in a matter of time if that sticks and stays true. But I'm excited. I'm excited. Go ahead.
In terms of creating the project, are there individuals who were a part of it that you can speak of in terms of production, writing, that kind of thing?
I mean, production. I got Neil Von Tally's on there, Tysus from France, Zahn, Torrance. I did a couple joints on there.
Oh, nice.
I always sprinkle my pad fingers, a little bit. Yeah, I had some people like actually some people very, very close to me did some backing vocals. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm excited. I guess I don't really know what to say about it in the moment. Besides that, like, I'm excited for people to hear it. And, you know, it's kind of wild. We were talking about it early on because I started working on it pretty early into the pandemic. And now it's just like, wow, what does a listening party look like in the pandemic? You know, like, there's all these questions I've had with myself, and, you know, it's wild. I don't, you know, I don't know what to expect, but I just go into it like, yo, I'm just going to enjoy as much as I can while we can. Yeah. We don't know what the future holds as far as what's going on in this world. And we just gotta be present for ourselves and do the best we can from an artistic level and a personal level. So
yeah, no doubt. When is there you have a target date for the release?
I want to say January, February.
Okay.
You know, the album's called Figuring Out Life's Difficulties. Fold, in short. And I think, you know, like everything I've made, I try to make it relatable to people in situations we go through every day, just being humans and being people who make mistakes. And, you know, if we care about ourselves and other people enough, we'll try to correct those mistakes and hold ourselves accountable. And I think that's a part of figuring out what's difficult in life. And it's, you know, I'm not going to say the album sound that, you know, the energy is very high on the album. There's a couple slower moments, but it is even, you know, there's some of the topical manner you wouldn't necessarily, you might have to listen a couple times, but you hear the production, you're just like, okay, I'm feeling good, I'm moving. And you go back and listen and you're just like, oh, okay, that's a little deeper than I thought he was talking about. But, you know, I'm always gonna sprinkle those formulas in. So I'm excited. I think you know, I just wanna be better each time and show versatility each time. It's crazy. I have like no features. Like it's just me all through that thing. And I just playing with certain inflections and tones. I had a lot of fun with that, and I'm ready for people to have it for themselves and to just take it in. So it's gonna be a good one.
So is it fair to say that in 2022 we're gonna get to hear and see more of you in terms of creating art, presenting art?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's like I'm ready and not ready, but, you know, when are we ever ready for things, to be honest?
Say that.
You know, you just gotta either do it or you don't. And that's where I'm at. So, we're gonna make it happen.
That's what's up. Well, you know, I know a couple people, so when it comes to doing listening parties, that sort of a situation, you know, I can see if I can connect some dots, man, and make it a safe, welcoming, healthy, celebratory situation, man. Because, like I said, I'm excited for people to hear it. Because, as you just said, I mean, just even the title of the project, man, I think it speaks so much to what we should all recognize and understand that we have the ability to do. But it's not a, you know, this life thing, man. It's not a solo journey. You know, it takes support, and it takes encouragement, and it takes struggle. But we can do it. We can do it together. So I think it's gonna be, like I said, B, I think it's gonna be impactful. I think people are gonna really, really feel it, man. I really, really do. So I'm excited to see.
I think so as well. Yeah. To be honest, I think so as well, bro. Like, you know, I've gotten to a point of creativity where I know what I can do, and I know that it's just never gonna be garbage. And I think you just it's those 10,000 hours. It's that repetition. It's, you know, it's working on that jump shot. It's working on that crossover. It's working on whatever that you feel like you're lacking, just to be better at, and to get to a point where you know that every single time it happens, you're going to be good.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter about the numbers. Doesn't matter about the followers. That means nothing to me. I want to make good. I'm here to make good art.
Yeah.
And I'm, you know, I'm here to contribute and help as many people as I can. That's what's important to me. All that other stuff, they can have it. It's cool. Like, I don't care.
See, bro, that's why I rock with you, man. That's why I support you, man, because you're on that. And it's, I know as an artist, sometimes it's just as a human being, you know, you get caught up in the current of the likes and the social media, and this is what I'm supposed to do, so that, you know, and it's not, we've gotten away from the real. And so I so appreciate that you have that perspective, and that you speak on it, and that you share that perspective, because those are the things that truly are important. So big ups to you for once again, like I was saying at the beginning of the conversation, man, just having that confidence in self and your belief and standing on that. That's huge, bro.
I appreciate that. I mean, honestly, I should do more of it. I should like be posting more and, you know, having more shoots and these things. And it's gonna happen, but it's just like, man, I've just always had this very like 90s approach to this. It's just like, you want to see what I'm doing, come out to the show, come out, you know, listen to the music, support, buy merch, buy albums. Like, you don't need to know what I'm wearing or what I'm doing every single day. But I get the game, and the game is the game, and we have to play it. We have to play it to maintain one way or another. But it's just like,
you know. But I think we also can't let the game play us, right? And so
absolutely,
we have folk like myself just being in a position of being a curator and utilizing these platforms to do some of the things so that you as an artist can focus on making the art, right? And so if I'm doing my job the way that I should do it, and if people who are in my position are doing our jobs, the likes don't matter, right? Because we're sharing. I mean, that's what we're supposed to do, right? We're supposed to let people know what's impactful. We're supposed to encourage people to tap in, and then, like I said, you can worry about making the art, you can worry about impacting lives, you can worry about changing the world, B. And so once again, I think that's what you have the potential to do.
But I mean, hey, that's what we want, you know. That's what we want to do, man.
So you got Fold dropping, and then you got Bathlete is going to be releasing music.
Bathlete's going to be releasing music. Started a rock band. We're going to be doing some stuff. I'm just trying to do it all, man. I'm really, you know, I'm trying to be Chris Paul out here, you know, like I'm just trying to do it all. Like I'm trying to cover the board.
But hold up. We can't just like gloss over it. Dude, you just said you started a rock band.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Yeah. You gotta expand on that a little bit. This dude just throwing stuff out there.
It's all, you know, I mean, if you go back to the T&E days, man, like one mainstay with me is just that like crowd control and you know, that screaming. I've always loved rock music, and it's just something that when the time was right, I was, you know, gonna approach that openly, and here we are. So we'll probably be releasing some stuff next year. We already have like 6 songs made. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm really excited for that stuff, man.
Is there like a crew name that we should be looking out for, or is it just one of those stay tunes?
Yeah, stay tuned. The name isn't really set yet. Okay. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for sure.
Word out, man. Chopping up with the homie App. So again, man, I appreciate your heart, bro. I've said that to you many times because it's really, really true. Through through many challenging situations, you've maintained such a good spirit, and I appreciate that, because I think we all need to find ways to put that out into the world, and you've done that, so I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you taking the time to come back through.
Always, bro.
You know, I want to, and I appreciate you giving me my flowers, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think we all need to take advantage of the time that we have to show appreciation, because as you said a bit ago, life is short, man. Tomorrow's not promised to any of us.
Very, very much short. It's crazy. I mean, it's yeah, bro. Not to interrupt, but it's crazy. Like I lost some family recently to COVID, and it's like, you know, you're just talking to a person, and next thing you know, like that's it.
Yeah.
And there's just so many things weighing on my heart, and I know I don't always really, I don't really show it because you just try to work through things. But then it's just like, you know, there's that human experience again, where it's either are we going to deal with these emotions now, and you know, or we just going to work past it, and you know, one day randomly just tear up a little bit and cry things out. It's wild, but you know, going back to the spirit thing, you know, it wasn't always this way. There's been some unfortunate, very dark times, even within recent years, that I've had to like go through, and you know, people close to me have been hurt in the process. But it's about going back, holding yourself accountable, making things right, and working on yourself. So yeah, I mean, you know, you didn't ask all that, but here we go again, just the random transparency, bro. Like it is what it is. I don't have anything to hide. So I'm excited to continue to grow as an artist, and just give people quality music every time.
Word up, B. Word up. I'm really on my wellness right now, B. And the idea that mental fitness is something that we have to put energy and effort into and make it a habit, man. And I think that that's how I interpret what you just described. And I appreciate you talking about going back and making amends where we need to, and holding ourselves accountable for, you know, for the choices that we make, good and bad.
Right.
So that we can be better. We can be better for ourselves, and once again, man, better for those in our circle of influence. So once again, I want to say just big ups to you for for learning that, because obviously it's a learned thing, but then by you sharing it, that can be impactful to someone else who will benefit from that as well. So once again, that's why I rock with you, man. That's why I rock with El.
All up. No.
So one more time, Brett, this is gonna drop on Tuesday tonight. The show goes down on the 10th at Holocene. Run it down for folk one more time.
Holocene, Rose Tent, Bathlete, doors are at 8. You know, come to have a good time. You're gonna be safe. We're gonna make sure everybody's good. We're ready, bro. We're ready, man. So, I'm ready to get back out there. Again, I'm trying to CP3 this thing, you know, like I might give you 15, I might give you 25, but you know, I'm still scoring, you know, still making a difference, you know.
Absolutely. We expect nothing less from you, my man. We expect nothing less. My dude, bro, just excited to talk to you as always. I was telling somebody else, it's one of the dope things that's come out of COVID for me is having the capability to connect with people via Zoom like this. I tap into people almost more now because it's so easy. But I'm just grateful that you share your heart with the audience, and excited to see what's coming for the end of this year and then into 2022, man. So tickets are available right now. Show is going down at Holocene. Do you know, are there going to be tickets at the door?
There'll be tickets at the door. $10 pre-sale, $12 at the door. Also, holler at Zoom. Tell them cut the check. Cut you in on a percentage or something. Come on, Zoom. What we doing?
No doubt, no doubt. I might have to release this one early, man, because I want people to get them pre-sales up. But people don't tap in until the morning of the 10th. That you can get tickets at the door. You definitely don't want to miss out seeing Ep bless the stage with the crew.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy. Both collectives first shows together too, as well. Crazy. So that's the wild part. So, man, it's like my first show all over again. Like first time performing with these guys. Yeah. Their first time performing. It's gonna be crazy. I'm excited.
Yeah. But it's good to see Portland music where it is, man, continuing to grow, and I love seeing collectives like this. I love seeing people come together, putting their talents together, joining forces, and just having it blossom into new things. And the Portland music scene has been strong for many years. It's dope to see it continue to grow in its strength like this.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, like I said at the beginning, the talent here is crazy. It's just, we want to take it to a place where everyone can be seen and make a living for themselves and give back and, just keep that tree going.
Yeah.
So
no doubt. Yeah. No doubt. My guy, Ep. I know you're on social media, B. If people want to tap in with you, you want to throw that out there?
All right. Instagram and Twitter, Ep1999. Not the year I was born, but the best year in the world, according to me, at that time of my life as a child. Ep1999, say what's up. I won't say what's up back. And it's all love.
My dude.
Talk to me, I won't talk to you. Right, it's cool. Right. Don't worry about it.
No doubt. Man, I appreciate you, Doc. Thanks so much for coming back on the podcast, homie.
Always, bro. Thanks for having me.
No doubt. A couple extra thank yous to give, man. Shout out to my folk at Akepele Apparel for their continued support of the Klyph Notes podcast. Just dropped the winter line. It's available right now. They're doing the last day to pop up today, but the new gear is going to be online. Check out the website, Akepele Apparel. That's AKEPELE.com. And last but never ever least, big ups to the homie Theory Hazit for creating the official theme song for the Klyph Notes podcast. Check out the podcast everywhere you listen to audio: Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, Audible, Pandora, like literally everywhere you listen to podcasts or audio. You can check us out at klyphnotes.com. You can hit me up on the email at klyphnotes@gmail.com, KLYPHnotes@gmail.com. And then check me out. Check out the website, djklyph.com. All right, y'all. God bless you. Thank you so much for tapping in. Until we have an opportunity to do this again, y'all be blessed. Peace.